Hello, welcome back to the Project Management Fundamental course. In this module, we will continue looking at triple constraints and project management. What are triple constraints? So, the project management triangle, as we sometimes call it, is a model of constraint. In our previous definition of project management, we saw that one of the unique characteristics is dealing with constraints. And this is also why we talk about triple constraints. The idea of triple constraint is to provide a thought or way of thinking around how you manage project and what are the things that are really important to think around when you manage a project. And this is centered around budget, which could be cost or resources, deadlines, which could be time or your schedule, and scope, which has to do with functionalities and features. So, for example, if you talk about scope, features and functionalities, where you define what exactly is the expected outcome when you are managing a project, and what kind of functionalities do you want your product or service to have. Also, you can talk about time, which is at what time or when should we deliver the product or output to, for example, our customers or client. And that is also something to do with your schedule. When you schedule how you want to do things so that you can meet with the goal or the end product in time. And you can also talk about cost, is how much money is available or do we need to put to be able to achieve the product or the outcome. And other things surrounding cost could be resources or budget, how much you pay people, or how much you're going to use for materials, or anything that involves some kind of cost. And surrounding these three constraints are other things like risk, what can go wrong, and what can be done about it when I start executing the project. And who and what is required to do this work in terms of the resources, and what is the expectation at the end, what is the quality that is expected to be delivered at the end, how close the outcome matches expectation. And in that sense, some people like to look at 6 constraints of a project instead of what we initially call triple constraints. So these are mainly the things a project manager looks at when he manages a project. And next to that will be there are 10 knowledge areas, which are like the technical skills or skills required, or areas that are required to manage all this, which is a topic for another video. So this leads us to, why then is project management important? So a research done by a company called Kissflow found that 9.9% of every dollar is wasted due to poor project performance. About 32% of the budget in a project is lost when a project fails to reach its goals. And 39% of project fails due to change in organization priorities. 52% are completed, of the project are completed, projects experience high scope creep, which means they deviate from the intended goal or added things that are not there. And also 68% of organizations outsource their projects to third parties. And if you look at why this whole percentage, if you imagine them, then it's really important that we are able to manage how we deal with project, because then we want to be sure that we get at the end a satisfied customer. We manage things in a way that we can be sure we deliver the right thing to the customer, also in the right way. We're able to meet deadlines and not exceed budget, which also contributes to the satisfaction as well. Because if you deliver low quality and if you exceed the budget, then the customer might likely look for another service provider or supplier or company, which means you also have to be able to reduce risk. and help the organization, your organization that is executing the project, save money as well as the client or customer. And you can also increase the success of the organization outcome. So this is basically why project management is important. So you think about the triple constraint or the 6 constraints, and you think about making sure that you satisfy a number of things in order to get a good outcome. So thank you for listening to this video, and we will continue in other topics in the next video.